Hey everybody, welcome back to Coast to Coast Outdoors. My name is Michael Gerald, also known as the Topwater King. Before we get into the video here, I just wanted to let you guys know exactly what I'll be bringing to the channel. I'll be bringing a lot of tips and trick videos on bass fishing, bluegill fishing, crappie fishing, as well as showing off some of the lures I make at my lure company called Doc's Lure Company. So thank you guys for watching. I'll have some pictures here of some fish that I've caught on my lures, as well as some of the lures. Thank you guys for watching once again. Bye.
As we are out here today and we are doing a little bit of pre-spawn bass fishing. Welcome to Coast Outdoors. My name is the Topwater King, and sadly today we're not going to be throwing much topwater. Actually, we're not going to be throwing any topwater. We might buzz this swim bait across the surface a little bit, maybe. Don't really know though. But today we are out here at a pond that I haven't been to in a long time. It's cold water and it's cold fish, because these fish are pretty cool right now, but I have been seeing a little bit of surface activity, so there's a hopefulness and a possibility in the air that we could possibly catch fish on a moving bait. But right now that's what I'm throwing. I'm throwing a swim bait. This is a Doc's Lure Company 4-inch swim bait in the white color. Great bait. This bait has proven itself to me in this pond specifically before, so we're going to throw this guy around a little bit, and if nothing happens, then we'll switch over to maybe a finesse bait. Come over here into the shade a little bit here so the glare won't be as bad. We're just going to throw this guy around a little bit, not too long. Just going to kind of teach you guys a little bit about how I love throwing swim baits, how I like to throw swim baits during the pre-spawn time of the year. So how I typically throw a swim bait during this time of the year is I either go with a medium retrieve, or I go with a super slow, very close to the bottom, very slow rolling type of technique. And it's very slow, it's very subtle, and it's a great way to get some of those more lethargic bass in the bite. Now the way I've got this rigged up is a 4-aught with a 1/4 ounce, I think this is 1/4 ounce, it might be 1/8 ounce belly weight swim bait hook. I'll show you guys here how I've got this guy rigged. There it is, pretty simple setup. Another one of my favorite ways to fish is to cast pretty, decently close to the bank. And I've always thought, here's a quick tip, it's kind of a tip, but it's not really. When you're out there fishing with your bait caster or whatever, and you get a bird's nest or a backlash or whatever you call it, just tell the person beside you that's making fun of you for it, just tell them that you're letting your bait sink to the bottom. That's all you're doing. You meant to do it. You're just letting your bait sink to the bottom. I've done that before. So that's how you do that. I see the fish moving every once in a while. This is not really set up good for a really light, it's on the lighter side swim bait like this. I had this set up for a 1/2 ounce jig, and this pond is way too filled with what I like to call bottom grass for a jig. So a swim bait is a little bit better of a choice, I think. Ooh, something came up on it. I think something came up on it right there. Waked. Maybe not, I don't know. Oh, do not know. We'll make one more cast. We'll make one more really far cast. I'll talk a little bit more about where I like to throw it. We'll let this bait sink all the way to the bottom. So how I like to throw this and where I like to throw this is I typically want to throw this near a ledge or a what I like to call a flat, which is, if you don't know what a flat and a ledge is, basically a ledge is a spot where it comes off of a flat, and a flat is where it's basically one depth the entire way for like a 20, 30 yards, 40 yard stretch. Sometimes it's even further than that. Now this pond here is a very tricky pond to figure out because of how it's just a weird pond. It's got a weird bottom structure. It's got just a weird everything. So it's very hard to figure out this pond. But one of my favorite techniques when I'm fishing a pond like this is a swim bait. But another, I'm pretty sure there's something in that grass, but don't know what it is. Another great technique is a shaky head. Now this pond is a little bit too covered in grass for a shaky head. A little bit, the bottom of it is too covered in grass. So what I'm going to throw, I'll cut this guy off here. And I am going to pick up one of my, probably my top 3, top 4 favorite baits for this time of the year. And that is a small stick worm. But, just like I said a second ago, not all the time will these techniques work. Gotta find a hook first. I don't have one. Oh, that sucks. I don't have my other tackle box with me. Okay, well, we're gonna have to improvise, I guess, unless... Ah, there's one right here. Here we go. We got one. That's alright. It's not the right size that I want, but it'll work, and that's all that matters. Tie this on. My favorite knot is the trilene knot. I've also heard it called the half-blood knot. Don't know if that's the correct name for it, but that's what I've heard it called. Alright, now we're going to throw this guy right here. What do you think, guys? What do you think we ought to throw? Do you think we ought to throw the 6-inch or the 4-inch, and what color? Summer Craw, root beer black, or summer, kind of a root beer. I don't know. The clear water makes me kind of lean towards this one right here. So I think we're gonna throw that. Also, here's something else. I found a jitterbug laying on the bank. That's pretty cool, I thought. I haven't really found a whole lot of lures in my time of fishing. Most of them have either been completely like broke in half. I found a square bill one time with the bill broke off of it. I presume probably from hitting rocks and sticks and stuff like that, but I don't really know. I've also found a lot of soft plastic baits that people just leave laying around. If I can get this rigged up right, it'll be alright. There we go. Make sure we expose it. Now we are throwing this on a spinning rod, and a lot of people are probably going to be confused of why I'm throwing this on a spinning rod. It's mainly because I hate throwing weightless stick worms on a bait caster. I always have. I've never had much luck doing it. It's a bit too slow to fish, in my opinion, with a bait caster. If I'm throwing a bait caster, I'm usually either throwing something really heavy or I'm throwing something really fast moving. So that's what I typically throw with a bait caster. So when I'm going with something weightless like this, I'll mainly go with a spinning rod. It'll probably be a little bit difficult to fish this bait just because of how I typically fish. I don't really like fishing slow unless it's like a drop shot or a shaky head or something like that. I have thought about putting on a drop shot. I don't think I have what I need to do a drop shot, though. I don't think I have any drop shot weights. Always come prepared, ladies and gentlemen. That's the rule of today. Always come prepared for anything. I normally am, but today I thought, you know what? Maybe I don't need a drop shot weight. Maybe I don't need a swim jig. I don't think I brought any swim jigs. I don't really know, though. I might have one or two in there. I think I have some of my little finesse swim jigs. I might throw one of those. Actually, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to throw. I tell you what, you guys don't even understand how much I hate throwing weightless baits. I really do. It's about like throwing a wacky rig. I know they catch fish, but I just hate doing it. We'll be right back. Well, you guys, I've been informed that it's time to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already.